I guess it's working. All right, shitty lighting, whatever. So I just had an encounter. Another one. I got a court case tomorrow. Another hearing in the kangaroo marsupial-led court known as the Socialist Republic of Snohomish. We had there's a dependency review for my ex-wife who abandoned her daughter 7 years ago and left me alone with a 9-month-old baby. And I had to fight for her. I had to fight the state, the attorney general, and the court, because in this state, men don't have rights, especially white men, and especially men with babies. The law is that if your kid is under 4 years old, it automatically goes to the woman, no matter how many heroin needles she's got sticking out of her goddamn arm, and how many times she's abandoned the child and let her rot. Well, she's a woman, so let's do that. So I got to go. She got found dependent last week in the hearing, but they wouldn't listen to me or read the parenting plan or the previous 2,000 pages of prior case report about me being a good dad and protecting my daughter. No, they won't let me talk. They won't let me speak. They won't accept my evidence. Piles of it. Their own documents proving their own fabrications. I got one of a Catherine Bernhardt calling up to Catherine Bernhardt, reporting to herself a completely false and made up, erroneous criminal conviction of heinous felony 1, like 5 to life sentences that I supposedly committed twice last year and got sentenced and convicted twice. CIA don't have no record of it. FBI don't have no record of it. Snohomish County Sheriff, Washington State Patrol, Brandon Falls Police Department, Lake Stevens Police Department, nobody. DCYF does in their own internal bullshit. I'm pissed. This Nancy, who in this, it's about 700 pages, is the fucking reports of this bitch and Dawn Weddle, the principal, Kathy Bernhardt, Kathy Bernhardt, the SSSA, the Socialist Stasi Special Investigator, implanted in the school to specifically indoctrinate and kidnap your child. She hunts and targets parents and families that are less stable and easily manipulated and or pressured. Single parents, parents of disabled children, because they really like the disabled children. They pay twice as much from the federal government. They're like $10,000 a month. You can get one of those on foster care. They're the money makers. If your parents have a dependency problem, I'm starting to speak their fucking language. Shoot me. Oh, God. Woke came out of my mouth. If you have a substance use overusage and can't control yourself and have no willpower, they'll come after you. They train the children in first and second grade. When Freya first came home and said, "Daddy, you do drugs." What? What are you talking about, kid? Well, my teacher Steinbeck said that you smoke cigarettes and cigarettes are drugs. So you smoke drugs. And she said, if you see your parents doing drugs, like cigarettes, or drinky drugs, like drinking the stuff out of your soda pop, because it's a brown liquid, that's drinky drugs, and we have to report it to Miss Bernhardt. Bernhardt, the DCYF CPS plant officer, CCP agent implanted in the school. That one. The one with the reporting to herself or reporting to herself. Don't believe me? Here we go. Catherine, you're going public. Bitches, I'm so sick of this shit. Tonight, the trigger. Ugh. Did it again. I can't help it. I've been having to fight these women in freaking court. And I say that, ladies, because that's all there is. All female judges, commissioners, all female prosecutors, attorneys generals, 7 now. 7 plus the guardian ad litem, the CASA, which is a state-appointed follower longer of whatever the attorney general says. There's another one, like her secretary or something like that, and then there's they're all DCYF employees pretty much, and they all just spew over the declarations bullcrap, which already got. First off, when they kidnapped my daughter under false pretenses, Adam Fortney, looking at your ass, you communist. Fuck you. How about that? You want to say anything to me? Come meet me in Granite. I challenge you to mutual combat, you pussy. Kidnap my kid with no cause. Go off a socialist freaking order. Don't investigate. Don't do a damn thing. You just kidnap my kid. At gunpoint? 9? You need a platoon? Fuck you. You need a platoon. You better bring them. Asshole. You know, I haven't seen her in 6 weeks because I caught that Sean Walter piece of shit covering up abuse at the place he sent her at, which I totally protested. Don't send her out to Jefferson County. Don't send her with those family members of the opposite side of my ex-wife. Do not do it. They are bad people. Don't do it. You know what they did? They did it anyway. Even though it's against the state law and the RCW 1334, he did it anyway. Because for the sole fact that it facilitates abuse and would separate my daughter and my bond. 8 years I've been taking care of that kid all by my fucking self. No help from DCYF, no help from nobody. I had to pay full price daycare, work 70 hours a week, work my ass off, take everything I've had, sell it. I sold my fucking truck, my guitars, everything to take care of that goddamn kid. And you fuckers take her away because you want money. You made me sick. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm real fucking heated tonight. Bitch across the street. Nosy Nelly. Out there with her fucking binoculars looking in my goddamn window. Second story window all fucking night. Screaming out, why are you up at 3 in the morning, man? You take a pee. Yes! Fucking thrown. Oh, God, she's a wench. God damn. First night I moved in there, I was putting up blinds. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I went to work at fucking like 4 in the morning. Get off at like 3:30, 12-hour shift. Then I go do Instacart to make gas money and food and cigarettes because the rest of it goes to fucking rent and goddamn daycare. And I'm putting up blinds. And she's screaming out the window, what are you doing up? What are you doing up? Oh my God, there's people doing up. She starts screaming out there. Her freaking C-cup man, fucking what? They're like Pat and Pat, if you know what I mean. They're like the epitome of Washingtonian denim confused. Do I have an innie or an outie? I don't know what the hell. They should be the poster. They should be on the freaking flag here. The woman, bush lesbian cut, the denim jacket, that whole get up. The man, hippy dippy long hair, C-cups, leather denim matching denim jackets, not leather. Maybe in the bedroom when they get confused. Who knows? At the sheriff gonna know it's just a titan. So yeah, apparently these bitches today on Facebook posted my car and posted on there, look out for Mr. Stetler, call the police. He's around town stalking little girls, which is not fucking true. And I didn't know about it because I don't Facebook. I just started the damn thing back up after like a 5-year hiatus from that stupid shit. Fucking. Because one of my friends like, you got to check out Facebook. Somebody took over your account. And it took me like a week and a half to get the account back. Because apparently it was taken over by like 10 people. My phone's still cloned, by the way. And Alexander Walter, and was it Steve Walter? Thanks, Sean Walter's brothers and cousins and family members. Sean is the DCYF employee, the one making up and continuing all these bullcrap allegations to keep my daughter in shelter care. She's been in shelter care for 152 days now. It's supposed to be a 30-day max. 75 days right to speedy trial, and this thing is dismissed with prejudice. No, they had to find my wife dependent again, my ex-wife. Haven't had contact with her for 7 years. I haven't talked to her since January 25th, 2018. She hasn't seen her daughter either. She has not paid one damn dime of child support. Not one. They decide to, she has a new kid. Totally my fault. Not. Wouldn't touch her with your dick. Poor bastard. His name's Jose. So in February, they plan to, place Freya, my daughter, take her out of my custody, my superior court adjudicated, signed off, ordered 100% custody. DCYF, because they were educated in Washington, can't do fucking math and thinks that 100% doesn't mean 100%. They can place my daughter somewhere else and make money. So they go through a familial background check and start looking for family members to place Haley's new drug addict baby with. 87 they came up with on her side. My side of the family, bupkis. Why, you say? Why? The Stetlers are fairly rich people. Not ordinary divorce. I think I'm the first one to get divorced, actually. Good nuclear families, great place to raise a child. Why would they not choose your family, Jeff? Well, you see, they couldn't prove that I am the father of Freya, despite the parenting test at the hospital, the genetic test, the birth certificate that says father Jeffrey Andrew Stetler, right there in big bold capital letters, that one, and then. And, the parenting plan, and the divorce, the decree, the findings, the order, that. Couldn't read that either. They have it because DCYF helped me, or made me, write the parenting plan and give them a copy the way it is so that Haley could not get custody of Freya back when she did the first dependency. Will DCYF produce that document from 7 years ago? No, I had to motion of discovery it myself and go after I went pro se and fired my freaking lawyer that works for DCYF. 3.5 months, did not file. Oh, she filed one piece of paper. Yeah, it was actually 2 pieces of paper. And it was my dissertation on civil rights breaches, dumbed it down to 8 or 10 sentences. But she did that. I will give her that. The 13 plus going reasons to file a motion for dismissal and guarantee dismissal, might I say, with prejudice, extreme, and punitive, and monetary now, assholes. You only need one, by the way. You know, like fraud, or misapplication of law, or jurisprudence, or erroneous filings, or there's like 13 of them. 14, 15 of them you can check off. And any other legal reason, like the law wasn't applied correctly, the judge was sleeping with the frickin' defendant, whatever. It happens. The attorney general assistant attorney generals were sucking dick to get their promotion. That happens too. conflict of interest. Or Sean Walter, the man who is using my daughter as a career move, and I'm pretty sure is an offender himself. I don't care if you call out defamation for that, Sean. You are one. You got the look. And that's why you were crying like a little baby bitch when citizens arrested you in front of Linwood Police Department when my daughter reported getting hit, kicked, and flicked if she didn't say the things that the other side of the family wanted her to say, that you told her to say, to try and incriminate me. And you were so terrified when citizens arrested you for kidnapping, trafficking, fraud, false reporting to a governmental body, under color of state, felony, by the way, and false reporting to a governmental body, false reporting to law enforcement, causing an emergency action. Another fucking felony. But you think you're immune from the Constitution and prosecution for crimes. You're not. You are not. You cannot afford yourself that while you, A, are breaking somebody's civil rights, amendments 1 through 14, that, or committing a fucking felony. You too, Gutierrez, Grace Sorensen, Kelly Daniels, Mohammed Al-Shmeri, Deborah Chavez. Who else we got in there? Sarah Gwynn, Katie Dye, Amunda White. Who else we got on this list? Deputy Thorne, Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. Loves to pull it out and wave it around at you while calling CPS every single time. Well, let's get back on that. Well, let's actually find that report right here. Nellie, who instigated this bullshit tonight, doesn't even know who I am. Saw my car over at the library, and apparently her and her little sewing circle of bitches got on Facebook this morning, posted a picture, or it was Lance, just shooting in the dark here, blind guy. You know, it's not above your purview, or Haley. You assholes. Not one of you are doing Freya any good, by the way. Every single one of you trying to kidnap her out of her situation, out of my care. You're doing it for money. Money, because that's all you ask for. Money. Money from the government. Money from DCYF. Money from the freaking food stamps. Money from the feds. Money from me. They want me to pay for you to kidnap my kid. Fuck you. That wire fraud there, DCYF, DHS. You garnished my paycheck because you kidnapped my daughter under false pretenses, illegally, committing 8 to 10 felonies to do it, have continued holding her hostage, war crimes, alleviated her of her freedoms, her liberty, her right to personal travel, her right to decision-making of her own body, her papers, right to freedom of speech, right to legal representation, know the accusers of your crime. She doesn't know that. They won't tell her anything. They said she is sick, and she's going to get daddy sick if she goes to see her. This is horrid. This is absolutely ridiculous. And Sean White, you're at the center of it. Or Sean Walter, you're at the center of it. The judge ordered, when this first happened, and the judge ordered, you don't talk to your daughter and she doesn't talk to you about the case or anything going on in the case. I'm like, you just ordered me to censor myself and not console my daughter on why she got taken from the Boys and Girls Club. Nobody told her what's happening. There's a platoon of sheriff that did it. She's crying, didn't get to see daddy for 5 weeks. Didn't get to talk to me. She just disappeared 200 miles away. And I'm not supposed to talk to my daughter about that? About the government that's abusing her? About her uncles that are abusing her? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, John Scott. Fuck you. That's what I say to you. I hope you're on the rotation tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Fact that these people get away with it. Don't vote for John Scott, by the way. John T. Scott, Marine, Semper Fi, you constitutional fucking traitor! You treasonous piece of shit! Go walk a fucking 8-foot fucking step out of a 4-foot plank on a boat. You swore a blood oath to the Constitution. You asshole. You tell my daughter she can't have a lawyer to represent her interests? To represent her? She can't have a witness, an adult fucking witness on her side when she's being interrogated twice? Once, I just found out with 4 months later, under the records requests, they're supposed to have a CFI, which is the sheriff's special detective interview for kids, and they're supposed to have a lawyer, attorney, a counsel present during that time. It's supposed to be recorded and or a parent, and it's supposed to be available to the parents and the defense and whatever's going on. They did one without my knowledge on the 25th. Didn't even report it. Didn't report it in their own reports. I had to find out backhand through Sheriff's Department records. That took me 4 months to get. DCYF somehow has access to them the day of and or writes them for them. That same detective, look at that. So judge ordered Freya can't have a lawyer present during the interview. A professional sheriff's detective interviewing a 7-year-old kid with a professional SSSI, Special Socialist Services investigator, professional investigators, professional interrogators, under color of state, tag teaming a 7-year-old girl for hours, trying to get her to say something that'll corroborate the bullshit that Gutierrez made up 2 days after the fact that she kidnapped my daughter. They didn't come up with allegations. They didn't have any reports. They didn't have anything. I shut the door on this bitch because she knocked on my door and said, "You have a new CPS case? We're going to do this." And I'm, "No, you're not. The last one just got closed a week ago. Here's the letter. No found findings, no abuse, no neglect, no maltreatment. Just like always, And I told your last social worker, you stop this shit. It's either Bernhardt, Weddle, and Young, Mountain Way Elementary, those three, or it's either BDJ, the nanny, who was up there with in school doing their thing, or it's the assholes out in Pierce County that are blood of the Bonnie Parker descended Haley Mathena, or Haley herself. Oh, and as I found out, well, this was new to me, during this whole investigation and discovery and figuring out what the fuck is going on, DCYF in the court reports referred to it as me being a conspiracy theorist. I have manic episodes and have these wacky, zany conspiracy theories about the government conspiring against me. Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen of America, this is only like a third of it. That is about 10% of the police reports and maybe 25%. No, it's 2 years of the allegedly incriminating reports against my wife, ex-wife, most. I gotta stop. my ex-wife mostly, and me sprinkled in there for good measure with some false allegations and accusations. And this is probably about 50% court filing. Court filing about court filings, because where is it? This. Oh, that's my order. I love it. They wanted a shelter care order. And of course, the judge just rubber stamped whatever the attorney general is doing. So I wrote my own and made her have to choose between it and actually read what's going on. I bet she didn't like that. I bet I'm going to get chewed out tomorrow and probably get detained for contempt of court. But I don't care. Because I hold that court in contempt. The utmost contempt. Because they don't obey the law. Any law whatsoever. It is purely rigged. And I wrote them a scathing email today. I'm like, if we're just going to just do this guilty until proven innocent, they've got to schedule out for 15 more fucking months now. They want to do the fact-finding. The trial was supposed to be in December 4th. Now they want to do fact-finding on February 15th. Mind you, I have not done anything other than work my ass off to raise this little girl to be a healthy, happy, balanced, ethical human being. I have done one thing. I am a single father. And that is under every single fucking line item in this declaration/petition. Every single one. But yeah, Nancy, Nellie, whatever her stupid name is, sees me at the library, and her drunk ass with her little dog starts pounding on my car window, pounding on my car. Are you the one they're looking for this morning? The car matches this description. Are you the one? I'm like, what are you talking about, bitch? Like, leave me go away. What the fuck is your problem with me? Like, you call the cops every goddamn day. I'm living across the street from you, and now you don't even know who I am because you don't even recognize me. You're so fucking drunk. Start banging on my car, accuse me. Oh yeah, you were looking at little girls. You were chasing little girls around. I'm like, fuck you. Come say that back of my face, you fucking cunt. You come over here and say that. Yeah, you're on Facebook. You're on Facebook. The cops were looking for you. I'm like, the hell they are? Okay, called them up. No, I'm like, I'm sick of this bitch. I got a report right here. Her calling anonymously like 4 times. Trying to initiate shit. Trying to swat me. Saying all sorts of crap. And now they're going around Facebook posting all this crap. I am getting your IP addresses. Every single one of you. Every single one of you that spread false truths, hearsay, slander, defamation, and falsely accused me. Janeth Gutierrez, you did this on purpose. You did it on purpose. You too, Adam Fortney, because your law says when you take a child into custody, it is to be at the least traumatizing and least public place possible. Do you think 5:30 at night at pickup time in the middle of the goddamn busiest time at the Boys and Girls Club is the least traumatizing time with all the children and all her friends there and all the parents and the entire fucking town? Do you think that's the time, Adam? You two fucking goddamn Thorn, you. Absolutely. And fucking Dalton. You leg humping fucking goddamn. Oh, God. He arrested me for, and this is all intertwined too, because my landlord's property manager, I am suing them for $1.5 million for landlord-tenant breach. Because I rented the nice apartment, A, gave them the deposit, and they switcherooed me into B while they're doing recarpeting, which smells like 2 marmots having sex in a dead yak. Horrid. It hasn't been remodeled. It's filthy. Carpet smells like just dead cat piss. Gross. It's horrid. None of the electrical worked. Anything. And so I'm suing them. They're paid on time, and I'm like, you guys are stupid. They lost a check. The property owner, they're all right. There's dumb millionaires. But the property manager, New Heights Property Management, Lake Stevens, Nancy Gilmore and Gail Asadera. You bitch, Asadera. Does Sean Walter ring a bell? And why the fuck do you find it your purview to break into my house without any notice whatsoever and call CPS and tell them my house smells like marijuana and I don't have any water and there's negligence going on? What the fuck is wrong with you? And what connection do you have to Don Weddle? Bernhardt? Kathy? Katie Dye? Are you getting paid? Or are you just an absolute see you next? Oh, Nancy Gilmore. She's the one that worked at DCYF. I forget. And you two snake oil freaking landlesses didn't read the new landlord-tenant law in Washington, which means you can't be fucking bastards like that anymore. So I paid March's rent in full. No problem. I was paid up to this as per their own freaking documents. They didn't bother to accept it because the first encounter I had was Gail Nancy knocking on my door. We're taking over the property management here, and you're going to pay us. We've heard about you, Mr. Stetler. We've heard about you. What have you heard? That I stand up for my rights and I'm not going to be extorted? The electrical don't work. Half the plumbing don't work. This place smells like dead cow rotting in the sun for 5 days. You going to fix it? We've heard about you. You're going to get evicted. I'm like, okay. I still got 9 months left on the lease. Good luck. So, sent my rent in March 18th. I get this email from her automatic server thing. It says, you owe $350 for a 14-day pay notice for not paying rent in April. Mind you, it's March 18th. And I already paid March's rent. $1,900. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Call her up. You didn't pay rent. We're going to get you out. I'm like, well, you can't charge for a 14-day notice. And A, it's not even April yet. It's the middle of March. Well, we're getting you out. We're just getting you out. You didn't pay. I'm like, yeah, I did. Here's the UPS red tracking number and the certified check number. It says here that you didn't show up to work for a solid week, and UPS tried you 3 times and called you and left a little sticker, and you're pretty grossly negligent and derelict in your job. Okay. Need more beverage. We're calling the lawyer and we're going to get you evicted. I'm like, okay, go ahead. He has some asshole send a blank piece of paper, eviction, 14-day notice, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, A, you don't have a cause number. B, I paid my rent. I'm current. C, I am in $1 million lawsuit with the property owner. And well, now the property manager, because she took over all the liabilities as part of the property manager contract thing they do. I'm like, your client's got their head up their ass and they're trying to get out of this lawsuit. I ain't having it. I'm like, you go talk to them and you can call me back when you come up with some sort of amicable settlement agreement, which will include up to at least $300,000 worth of rent. Because we're into punitive damages now, harassment and freaking ongoing retaliatory acts, i.e. the eviction. And not refusing to fix anything. The stove or the oven broke. I had to go buy a new thermocouple and control pad for that thing. That was a good $200. They wouldn't answer my phone. Wouldn't do crap. But, you know, I still got property in there. And they lied. They said, God, there's so much to just unpack. Like, oh, God, I don't know what to do. Oh. You ever When your nose itches, somebody's thinking about you. I hope they're thinking about me and thinking about how much time they're going to spend in jail. Nancy, I'm jumping all over here. Sorry, that's the way my brain goes. I have to write it down to be timely and linear. It's kind of like a shotgun approach to storytelling. I don't know what you call it. Or stoner moment. Or just take a breath and think of something else. Neighbor across the street. Pounding on my car door and window. Her little dang Yorkie dog thing yapping. Accused me of being on Facebook. The cops were looking for me. Oh, well, that's funny. I've been here all goddamn day writing, what do you know, responses and declarations to the very bullshit that you're talking about here, Nancy. And if you say it again, I'm going to run a fucking goddamn steel pipe through your fucking head. I'm sick of it. Because the Snohomish County Sheriff don't do shit. Not a thing. This lady has called the cops on me, and I probably had 150 wellness calls because of her. Seriously. She called 37 times the first weekend I moved there. For random crazy crap. She's psychotic. She's an alcoholic. Every 3:30 in the morning, every single morning. Up and out to the store to go get another freaking half a gallon. Every single morning. Every single morning. I wake up at 4, and I gotta pee around 3:30. And every single morning, her car's up, gone. Comes back, big old half gallon. But yeah, she's pounding on me. Doesn't even know my name. Doesn't know my name. Doesn't know my address. Didn't recognize me. She just saw my car at the library. Your car's on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook said that this car was driving around looking for little girls. Not even. You know, I got arrested for felony harassment with threats to kill in Lake Stephen, falsely, might I add, and got released the second I saw a judge, and it got dropped, and my weapons rights were duly handed back to me post haste, and the judge was actually apologetic that such a shitty thing was done by this Lake Stevens Police Department. And in hindsight, the Lake Stevens Police Department apologized as well because the person reporting was false reporting and signed a declaration, and they had to do what they do. But they didn't bother to, like, I don't know, hear my side at all. They just put me in cuffs and went with it. But he reported he was a predator among children. Teenagers, not I shouldn't go there. Legal in some states, not legal in other states. You know, fine gray line. But still, I told him don't go around my daughter anymore. I don't want you here on the weekends when she's here. Once you're gone, I'll pay you a hotel. Just don't, okay? And he went into wah, 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 wah. Made up this crap. I spent 2 days in jail. Great. But I don't take kind to the chimos, especially my little baby. That's how people lose genitalia and end up eating them for dinner. That's how we do where I come from. I don't play this Washingtonian passive aggressive. Let your kid get abused and play along and get along to be along to get along, go along to get along. Meh, sheep. No. You stand up for what's right, and what's good, and what's moral, and what's just. Otherwise, you're a fucking satanic tool, and you were part of the problem. That kind of attitude, that Washingtonian. And don't worry, Washington, I will GTFO here as soon as I GTFO with all the goddamn money in your pockets for doing this to a private citizen and an innocent man, sitting idly by, encouraging it, financing it, and not doing a damn thing about it, except living vicariously through it and encouraging it. And when I'm done in federal court and state court, every goddamn human in this state is going to owe me and my daughter $115,000 plus. You believe me? It's fucking right here, right now. It's fucking happening. This state has shredded the Constitution and every applicable law or any Western civilized country. Like fucking 1950s Stalin would look down on this and be like, damn, them bitches are evil, man. Jeez. Kidnapping kids and cutting their fucking genitals off? Them Washingtonian white woke bitches are fucked up. Fucking A. But yeah, they got the whole town going up there. And I went around. I told that stupid Granite Falls Police Department, I'm like, if you don't get these bitches and you find every IP and put them in jail, I will be dragging them down to jail and zip ties myself all day tomorrow. And if that's not enough, we're going full-on goddamn lumberjack like 1880s. Because I can't find one law enforcement officer in this entire fucking state to do their job. What does that say? Not one freaking person. Everybody's just like, no, they're health workers. We don't want it. If the health workers kidnapped your kid, there's probably a reason. No. You know what that reason is? Deputy Dickneck and Lieutenant Lickbutt. Money! You get paid, that's why. They're corrupt. Money, that's why. They need 60,000 children a year to fill their use it or lose it federal budget that they get from the feds. And if you're watching this in another state, that's your fucking money they're using to kidnap our kids. $1.4 billion a year. It's $2.8 billion per biannum is what they get from the Senate foster care adoption grant fund thing. And in order to get that grant fund, like any other federal procurement item, you either have to use this amount of paper this year or more, or you don't get that budget. You get less. So you have to get this much or more. If you don't get it, you don't get that much, you get this much. And this much goes over to these other people. That's how that works. And in order to get this much, $2,000 a month per kid, average time in the system, 36 months. A little X over Y divided by here, PV equals NRT squared. And you get, oh, wait, you got to do embezzlement, pizza parties, fudge factors, and bribery. Well, we'll call that negative 20. What? That's the fun, the extremely variable part. If you go with straight math, you get 62,000 children a year. If you go with or crooked fucks, 48 to 58-ish. You go with half the money disappearing into the coffers of the Twinkie budget, pizza parties, and insulin trucks. 35,000? You know what the state reports on their yearly, it's a yearly report, but they hold it back for 4 years. Why, you say? Because it takes 4 years to fudge the numbers enough to make it what it is. And 4 years, if everybody's adopted and grown up and everybody's out of it by then, you can't audit it, really. But the state says 363 children. I got the guardian ad litem payments for shelter care and all the crap and kids adoptions up here in Snohomish County, and it averages out to be 7,500 kids in one county. Give or take errors in bribery, scandals, delayed filings, whatever. 3,500 kids. That's still an order of magnitude higher than what they report on the entire goddamn state. And you know how also I know? Because that judge's motion juvenile court calendar for dependency and shelter care is goddamn booked. booked. Solid. 3 different judges. 3 courtrooms. Booked. They do juvenile in one of them, so that's, yeah. But 2 of them are shelter care and dependency. So they have twice as many children going through the shelter care and dependency process than they do juvenile delinquents committing crimes holding up 7-Eleven for a box of Twinkies. Think about that one. They have an entire Attorney General's office dedicated to this. And she had to call for reinforcements because Mr. Stetler, I should read the email I sent. Oh, I was such a smart ass. I love me sometimes. She tried to have me, it was a step at involuntarily committal, but it was the Title IV finding of incompetence. So I wouldn't represent myself. She wanted her state in the pocket female lawyer family law firm back because, you know, they're easy to work with. They go to lunch and have their nails done. She's not getting her nails done with Mr. Stetler. He's judge. He's making me put facts on the paper now. He's opposing my orders. He's contradicting. I don't like this one bit. So she filed guardian ad litem on me, trying to have me court-ordered derelict and incompetent and unable to what was it? Uncomprehendibly, ununderstandably. Yeah, grammar. Understandably, the legal consequences of representing himself and this dependency process. Like, I don't fucking understand, having taken damn near every science there is in every educational facility there is and doing research, and my own 25-year career as being a tool maker, manufacturer, machinist, designer, engineer, process engineer, jack of all trades, highest freaking goddamn blue collar level job there is. I have the inability to understand words set out in ladder logic. Let me tell you something about ladder logic. Katie, you're programming a Fujitsu PLC. It has its own proprietary nomenclature, kind of like legalese. Now, if I were to turn the dial anti, counter, contra, ultra, under clockwise, which direction am I going? Because that's the Japanese joke. And I think it's kind of funny now. After you get into it, ha 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 ha, you asshole. Why didn't you just put the word in the first place? Because you're being smart ass. Ha ha. Funny, funny, funny. Mitsubishi. Fujitsu. Fanuc. It's a cultural thing. It's like the dry deadpan sarcasm. It's cool. I'm going anti-reverse today. I'm going to put the car in anti-reverse. Or anti-counterclockwise. That was my favorite. I was reading through one. I think it was a Kasuga book, or it was a 16MC control. I think it was the spindle parameters or proportional gain or something like that. A zero of something or other. And if the spindle is going anti-counterclockwise, I'm like, what? Oh, you got funnies. Okay. All right. Is this revenge? Whatever. I don't know. Okay. You just get used to it, and thinking upside down is back, is left is right, is upside down and backwards, and inside out at the same time. Reversed. Reciprocal of itself, and turned around. Nancy, I keep getting off. I go tangent. I should cosine on a linear trajectory in time here. Math jokes are not funny, even if they're coming from Dad. I had a librarian. So yeah, Nancy must stick her dick where it doesn't matter and doesn't belong, and call the cops randomly on people that are innocent. So her and her Facebook crew decided to harass, swat me, apparently. Go around spreading false rumors, false accusations, hearsay, of crimes that weren't committed. Never would be committed. Never have been committed. And I'm the first person to step out in front of a bullet to stop that from happening to a child. So think about that, Nancy, neurotic, nosy. They got the one in the greenhouse is neurotic Nancy, and the one in the Pearly house is nosy Nelly, and they switch. And then they call on the phone, and they got their hearing aids. They're like, I don't know, 50, 25 feet apart distance, but through the wall. And they got their hearing aids so fucking cranked. You can hear the feedback through one, the feedback through the other in the telephone. And me, 20 yards across the street, 2-lane street, hear them fucking feedbacking like a rock concert to each other. Well, he did this. I'm looking at him right now. And hilarious, yeah. Just they got nothing better to do than stick their freaking nose in somebody else's business and just be assholes. And they were doing that on Facebook today. And I one of the people came in the library. Is that the one on Facebook? I went, all right, fine. I'll turn it back on. I'm sick of this freaking nosy bullshit. Turn it back on. There's nothing on my page. I can't see nothing. I left it freaking 4 years ago. I got like 10 friends. That's it. No one since high school. That's it. And if you're talking shit and going along with this, you know me better. And you can prepare your ass to get summoned to court. And there will be definitely a whole lot of torque going on there too. Because that's why I came on here tonight. Granite Falls, Washington, Lake Stevens, Snohomish, Arlington, any at all other assholes involved. Pierce County, Gig Harbor, the Key Peninsula, or Port Townsend, Jefferson County. You folks. And Freya, if you're listening, God have mercy on you, child. I love you more than anything in the world. Do not let those assholes tell you a thing. Daddy's coming to get you. We're fucking done. You hear that, Washington? You can take your piece of shit orders. You can take your fraudulent fucking law-breaking cops and your sheriff, and you can shove it up your ass. I'm not obeying your fucking goddamn civil orders anymore because they're illegal. You hear that? They're not based in law. They're based in terrorism. Terrorism. You are committing war crimes against me and my family. You kidnapped my daughter. I will save her, and you will stand idly by and let me, or you will have to come through me. Do you understand? We're not doing this anymore. I'm not going to let her get abused one more fucking day at your Colorado State hands. You want to kill me doing it? You do that. Because that's what it's going to take. I'm not taking any more piece of shit boomers making up fucking goddamn lies about me. I'm not lying to my daughter, telling her I'm all sorts of evil, and I'm the only one who's ever protected her. Ever. My entire fucking last decade of my life has been devoted to that child. And you fucking cocksuckers, I'm finding you. I'm subpoenaing that goddamn Facebook. I'm getting everybody's IP. If you clicked on it, if you sent it, if you commented on it, I'm coming after you. I'm arresting you. If Snohomish County Sheriff does not get his ass in fucking line. And Susan, if you don't start fucking prosecuting and arresting people for this, I'm taking you to federal court too. Adam Fortney, you are done, sir. You meet me in the street. I got beef with you, asshole. Mutual combat. In front of Granite Falls Sheriff's Office, wherever you want. You lying sack of shit. Kidnapping, trafficking fucker. Communist robot. You swore an oath to the Constitution. Every single one of you sheriff's officers swore an oath to the Constitution. You got Deputy Hand on my other video. Dumb fuck. He don't even know what his oath is. Jesus Christ, you make me sick. You should be the purveyor and educator of the goddamn civil rights in the American Constitution. How the fuck can we trust you to enforce the law when you don't even know the first goddamn one? Jesus Christ. But yeah, I've already got the court cases. Facebook, you're getting fucking subpoenaed tomorrow. Any single fucker, I want their IP, I want their address. They're getting served. They're meeting me in goddamn fucking Snohomish County Court and or fucking federal 9th District, and I'm suing the shit out of you. And then Freya's doing it next. And we're going to teach you, Washington. We're going to teach you how to be Americans, how to be civil, how to be fucking goddamn just, have due process, and not be fucking assholes. And I'm going to take it out of your wallets. And if not, I'm going to take it out of your fucking hide. When a government has become tyrannical against its citizens, it is the duty of those citizens to take up fucking arms and dispel, dispose, dispatch, change, or levy, or move that government to move to its safety and behest. That's what you're doing now, Washington! Of my dead body. And I'm going to make it painful. Generationally painful. I'm going to make it so fucking expensive that for 5 generations, they're going to be talking about Freya Renee Michelle Stetler and how that evil goddamn state fucking kidnapped her with no cause whatsoever just to fuck with a single dad. You hear me, Ainsley? You better get off your ass and do something right fucking now. Bob Ferguson, your name's fucking all over this. Every single fucking piece of paper I got. Bob Ferguson. Katie died. Perjury, 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 false allegation, perjury, kidnapping, collusion, extortion, fucking ransoming, false reporting under color of state, false reporting and enacting criminal investigations, emergency actions, false reporting, fucking the goddamn of a criminal background. Fuck you. Disavowing a child of her First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Sixth, 8th, and 14th Amendment rights under order of court to shut her up and shut me up so nobody hears about it. So they can continue doing it to 60,000 other kids. And if you got a problem with me standing up for my kids' rights, fuck you, I'm standing up for your kids' rights too. And if you don't have kids and you don't understand, well, then get the fuck out of my way. That's about all I got, YouTube. I'm fucking hungry. I'm going to dinner. And then I'm going to court. I got court at 9:30 in the morning tomorrow to deal with this bullshit. And then another one at 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the afternoon to deal with the other half of this bullshit. At which point I'll be in the Snohomish County fucking deputy prosecutor's office the entire rest of the day, filing fucking charges on neurotic Nancy, Nellie, and the rest of this goddamn piece of shit city. God bless America. Stay free. Stay liberty. Fight for what you believe in. Stand up for children. Tell that fucking government to suck your dick. If you don't got a dick, tell them to rub your clit or whatever you do. How do I turn this shit off?